This week we have been launching into this devotional series on the basic questions, good questions that we ought to be asking. And we've been looking at sort of a question behind asking any other questions, and that is to say, isn't Christianity a bad place to look or a bad place to start? Isn't it boring, untrue, and irrelevant? And I've shared a little bit about my own experience and the experiences of some others. Today, I want to just say a couple basic things. I think that that the place that we need to go for answers is this book. It is the Bible. I believe that this is a gift from God to us, and that it is the necessary and sufficient direction that we need. So I think the problem is that the Bible is a book that many people do not give the time it requires to. And so because the Bible is a unique book, I mean, it was written over 1600 years by 40 different authors in 3 different continents and 3 different languages. And it uses all kinds of different genre, parables and prophecy and history and discourse and sermons and poetry. And so there's just a lot of people that don't understand it and miss the main message. So I want to encourage you to be a student of the book, and I think actually that the more you read, the more amazed you will become. But at its highest level, right? It's making 3 big points. One, there is a good God who loves you and who wants to have a relationship with you. So in the beginning, God created. God is a personal God. He wants to have a relationship with you. But 2, the relationship we were intended to enjoy has been lost because of our own sin and rebellion. The Bible talks a lot about sin and the consequences of sin, and it illustrates the consequences of sin by giving us the life stories of people. But this is incredibly unpopular today, when everybody is supposed to just do whatever they want to do, and we're free to define ourselves, and truth is whatever we declare truth to be. But this idea that there is an absolute standard and we fall short of it because of our sin is a very politically incorrect and hostile claim. But I think it's an undeniable one. The Bible doesn't say that we are called sinners. We're to be called sinners because we sin. It says we sin because we are sinners. We are broken at a deep and profound level. And I think that honestly, if you look into your own heart, you will recognize this. Recognize that you not only have it's not only impossible for you to keep God's standards, it's pretty much impossible for us to keep our own standards as well. We keep revising them down. I just taught a class on C.S. Lewis, so I've been reading a lot of Lewis and was reminded of this wonderful quote by him where he was trying to, as an atheist, he's sort of trying to make assessments of what's going on and what's true and the various claims. And this idea that people are broken or sinful was obviously distasteful to him. And then he said he did his best one day to make an honest assessment of his own heart. And what he found appalled him. He writes that his heart was, quote, a zoo of lusts, a bedlam of ambitions, a nursery of fears, a Harlem of fondled idols. I don't know that that's what I found in my own heart, but it was an awareness that I was not able to be as good as I wanted to be. And then that leads to the third big message, and that is that God sent his son. That Christianity is not a religion, if we're defining religion as our efforts to reach up to God. It is God reaching down to us. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Whoever believes in him should not perish, but will have everlasting life. It's a crazy idea, right? In a world where people want to keep trying to reach up, the idea that God would reach down and rescue us, sending his own son to make a way for us. It's crazy. One of the early church apologists, a guy by the name of Tertullian, said as much. He argued that we believe because it's absurd, but believe it's true. And we're going to now proceed into a series of bigger, more foundational questions in the weeks ahead. I hope you will stay tuned. Have a good day.